All right, let's talk about your blood test, specifically the one you've probably had a dozen times, the CBC, or complete blood count. It sounds intimidating, but don't worry, we're breaking it down in plain English with a few real-world comparisons to help it stick. First, what even is blood? Well, imagine it like a smoothie. Seriously, there's a liquid part, that's the plasma, and there are little bits floating in it. These bits are called the formed elements, and they're the important stuff. We've got red blood cells, white blood cells, and platelets. Red blood cells are the delivery drivers. They bring oxygen to your tissues and pick up carbon dioxide on the way back. White blood cells are like your body's security team. They fight off infections, viruses, and other invaders. Platelets are the emergency repair crew. If you get a cut, they're the first on the scene to patch it up and stop the bleeding. Now let's get into what the CBC tells us and how you can read it like a pro. First up, ESR. That stands for erythrocyte sedimentation rate, but no need to memorize that. Just know this. If you leave blood in a thin glass tube for an hour, the red blood cells settle to the bottom. The clear liquid that sits on top is plasma. The height of that clear column? That's the ESR. If it's higher than normal, it means there might be inflammation in your body, kind of like your immune system is on high alert. ESR can also go up if you're anemic or in some late-stage cancers. Not specific, but definitely a red flag. Next, we've got hematocrit. Say you spin blood in a centrifuge. It separates into layers. Hematocrit tells you what percentage of the blood is made up of red blood cells. High hematocrit? Maybe you're dehydrated, or your body is making too many red cells, a rare condition called polycythemia. Low hematocrit could be blood loss, anemia, or even just drinking too much water. It's like checking how strong your smoothie is. Too watery and something's off. Hemoglobin is the next biggie. It's the protein inside red blood cells that actually carries the oxygen. Think of it like the seat in the delivery van. No hemoglobin, no place for oxygen to ride. Low hemoglobin usually means anemia. High levels? Sometimes that's from using performance enhancers like EPO or steroids, or from certain blood cancers. If your hemoglobin's off, your energy probably is too. Now on to the immune system, the white blood cells. And this is where things get a little spicy. White blood cells aren't all the same. They're more like a squad, each with their own role. Neutrophils are your first responders. They attack bacteria. Got a high neutrophil count? You might have a bacterial infection. Eosinophils come out when you're dealing with parasites or when allergies flare up. If you've got a high eosinophil count, think worms or hay fever. Basophils are like the drama queens of the immune system, rare but involved in allergic reactions and inflammation. Lymphocytes? These are the nerds of the group. They remember infections you've had before and help you build immunity. When you get vaccinated, it's the lymphocytes that log it in the system. High lymphocytes often mean a viral infection. Low levels can be seen in people with immune suppression, like HIV. Monocytes are the cleanup crew. They eat dead cells, attack viruses, and patrol your tissues. When they leave the bloodstream and settle into your organs, they turn into macrophages, big cells that sound like something from Star Wars and act like it too. They sound the alarm when trouble shows up. Now let's talk about something called the white blood cell differential. That just means the percentage of each type of white blood cell in your blood. All 5 types should add up to 100%. But when one goes up, another usually goes down. That shift can tell doctors a lot. For example, more neutrophils? Think bacterial infection. More lymphocytes? Probably a virus. More eosinophils? Allergies or parasites? More monocytes? Chronic infection or inflammation. These patterns help us figure out what your immune system is fighting. A quick note on immature white blood cells. Sometimes your body gets desperate, like in a big infection, and starts releasing baby white cells into the bloodstream. These are called bands or left shift cells. Normally, they should be maturing quietly in your bone marrow. Seeing them in a blood test means your body is working overtime to fight something off. Last but not least, platelets. These guys help your blood clot. If your platelet count is high, it could mean inflammation or even a hidden cancer. If it's low, you could be dealing with liver disease, an enlarged spleen, or heavy alcohol use. So there you have it. Your blood test is like a status update from your body. Once you know what the numbers mean, it becomes a powerful tool, not just for doctors, but for you. Because when you understand what's going on inside, you're not just hoping you're healthy, you're actually reading the signs.